So to me, it was thinking of what's the internal conversation that we need to have. Sales manager, salesperson.
Hello and welcome back. I've got Dean Kelly with me, the deal mechanic. Welcome back, Dean.
Thanks, John.
Hey, Dean, we've had lots of discussions about value, about getting the customer to put their perception of value on the table before we ever try and express it. We've talked about how we have that sort of conversation. Been some really good value. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
I would like now to take us back internally into our own organisation, and the discussion always happening between the sales manager and the salesperson. How does that discussion need to occur to support the the salesperson in having that dialogue with the customer?
What are the two questions that every sales manager's always asked their salespeople, right?
When are you going to close and how big is it?
Exactly. And
I'm going to need to put in a forecast.
And that cascades all the way down from the very top of the organisation, right? Now, if you think about those two questions, what do they drive? What kind of behaviour and conversation do they drive with the client?
Dreadful behaviour in a lot of cases where all we're doing is going out trying to get answers to those two questions.
It's actually compounded as well if you've got a channel partner between you and the end client, because you call the channel partner, where's my deal? You know, what happened to my deal? And the channel partner feels like you're actually not supportive of them trying to close the deal. So to me, it was thinking of what's the internal conversation that we need to have, both sales manager, salesperson,
yes,
but also in some cases, salesperson to channel partner.
Same
questions that drive the appropriate conversation with the end customer.
So I'm the sales manager. What sort of questions should I be asking?
Well, mate, I should be charging for this. The question is, if you want it to be focused on the client business, the client value, it's got to start with what is the business problem the client's trying to solve. So what is the business problem they're wanting us to solve? Now, if you think of that, there's going to be that value conversation needs to be had. The other thing to look out for is if your sales team come back and say it's in an IT industry or it's in an industry where they come back with a technical issue or a process issue, then it's about you, the manager, digging deeper and saying, hold on, that sounds like a technical problem. How is that inhibiting their business? Because that's where the real value is going to sit.
Yeah, ultimately, it's their business context that's going to drive the value.
Exactly. So that first question kicks it off. Now, is that the only question? No, there's going to be a lot of other coaching questions to get inside. How are you going to ask it and all? But it kicks off with that. Now, if I have the conversation with the client, which is what is the business problem, and I can find out who's that important to, how they'll measure success and like, will you get the answer now to the how big and when?
Almost certainly.
Correct. And therefore, the internal conversation doesn't change to not get the answers you want, because absolutely you've got to put your answers in and put the CRM tool and have your commit, but you're helping me have a more appropriate conversation with the end customer.
Helping you be on the side of the customer, really talking and asking the questions the customer needs to have asked, rather than, hey, when are we going to get the deal?
Yes, and I need that interaction with the client to diplomatically challenge their thinking about how we could create additional areas of value for them in the context of solving their problem.
And ultimately you become the trusted advisor.
Absolutely. If you can earn that from the client, fantastic.
Absolutely.
I'd rather have you earn it than your manager effectively undermine your ability to get that kind of feedback.
Now, I'm not going to ask you to put it on the table right now, but I know you have 5 key questions a sales manager should ask a salesperson. Okay, let's talk about those again or another time. And I'd love to be able to share that in a document with our audience, if you don't mind.
Absolutely, no problem doing that at all. Then they can get started straight away.
So there's some really good coaching advice for sales managers on making sure the salespeople are supported in following the right dialogue with the customer.
Yes.
Thank you very much, Dean. Look forward to the next time.
Excellent. Thanks.